Yes, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Michael Montero from the Monteville Studios. I'm here with some points of real life experience, and I'm just putting them out here to make sure someone is someone understands where they stand in life, or maybe I would like to for you, if possible, you're gonna change the direction of your ship. Okay, so how to know you're on the wrong path of life? Number one, clubbing and addictions. What are your addictions? Women or clubs? Smoking, name it. They don't come so much into you. And number two, receiving gifts, and most of these gifts are cursed gifts. Okay, so you really need to be keen on what you're receiving as gifts. This one is a real bit sensitive, and I'm gonna call it freelancing without panties or innerwears. Okay, number four, revolving around the same area. You keep doing the same things over and over again without progress in life. Number five, being aware of the knights. Who are the knights? The knights are the people who hunt people's talents and people's stars. You keep wondering, why am I gifted in football and I'm not making any steps further? Why am I getting deals that are not going through? We sign deals that they keep being dropped along the way. Haha. Number six, the unhealthy relationships. Number seven, how to guard your style. If you know your star, you have so many gifts, or you have one amazing, incredible gift to speak to people, to dance, to do a certain thing uniquely. How do you guard that star? Number eight, tampered dreams. You can dream a dream that is not real. Someone is controlling your imagination world or your vision when you're sleeping, and you wake up, you're like, yesterday I dreamt my mom, those kind of stuff. Number nine, premature death. And this is not a physical death. Most of the time it's a physical death, but nowadays they have twisted their way of doing things. And when I speak premature death, you're gonna have a premature death of your talents, business or contracts, your ideas. You think about something very amazing, incredible, something that can blow up instantly if people listen to it, and they would want to come to it and be part of it. But every time you have that ideas, it just gets swept away. Okay, number four on that point of premature death, premature relationships. Okay, number 10, and all these points I'm going to give you stories about them. Some real stories, some stories from other people, and those are people that I'm not going to mention the names, just going to give their experiences. Number 10, staying awake and understanding your spiritual level. When God created us, human beings, He created us in His own image and likeness. And how do you stay awake in your spiritual level? How do you understand your spiritual level? We're gonna talk about all this, but first of all, let me give you a story of mine. The year was 2021. A friend of mine came to my studio and he decided to offer me a job in a club as a photographer. I was so excited. So I was like, if the studio will make these and I'm gonna make these extra coin, why not? After all, it's a club, we're gonna have fun. I'm young, hot blood. I need to be out there up and running and dancing. So I went to the club. It was beautiful, it was amazing. And with time, I realized I was loving it more than I was loving the studio work. You could call me for photo shoot and I would say we're busy, or I'd give you excuses about bookings, but at the end of the day, I don't want to do that kind of work. Little did I know the club was literally siphoning me and my talents. In the same club, the life was so amazing. I taught myself how to DJ. But all in all, what I'm trying to say is that was the wrong path for me. It works for some people, it will not work for me. So I got so many addictions at the same time. I was addicted with shisha, weed, cigarettes, alcohol, and the most dangerous of them all, women. How did I come out of it? Once you realize where you are, you don't panic. Assume you're in an ocean. You're dropped in the middle of an ocean. One of the skills Lupita Nyong'o was talking about yesterday in a show that I was watching, she was talking about the way she was doing a course on swimming and exercising under the water. And as a human being, God has given us 2 minutes of oxygen. Whether you are underwater, you can survive for 2 good minutes. Now, what you do with your 2 minutes, it's what determines whether you're gonna drown, you're gonna be choked by water, or you're gonna save yourself. 2 minutes is a lot of time. If you're a critical thinker, it's a lot of time. So, when I realized where I was, it was time for me to wake up. It was time for me to understand what to do next. And it took me almost a whole year to plug myself out of the mess that I was into. I'm giving you this because I know most people don't want to give you their real stories. I'm going to give you mine in a broad daylight, looking at you in the eye. So yes, that happened to me, and I'm so grateful. I'm out of that place. So 2 minutes underwater, yes. How did you deal with your 2 minutes? 2 minutes can be 1 year, 2 minutes can be 3 years, and that's why we have rehab and all that. Thank to God, I did not go to rehab, but once I came out of the studio, I continued with my norms that I had picked from that place. But slowly, you could feel your spirit could tell you you're doing the wrong thing. This is not it. And slowly by slowly, I went and cut everything off. Okay, number 2, receiving cursed gifts. Most people would come carrying gifts and to you, your birthdays, your events, and most people have done so many sacrifices on the gifts, and you can't even understand what type of gifts you're receiving. So I went somewhere and I was given a certain gift from a very good friend of mine. And I won't go into details because I want it to stay as it is, because I've come to unwrap the gift and I've seen what type of gift I was given. It was a gift, yes, given in a very nice manner, but at the end of the day, when you unwrap the gift, you realize what is inside is not a good thing. So what did I do? I took the right measurements. All these are mostly spiritual stuff. I can give you this pen, but this pen is not just a pen. Okay? I can give it to you as a blessed gift or as a cursed gift. Most people don't realize these points. That's why I've decided to come out clean with this. Okay? So I handled the gift accordingly, and the friend doesn't know I know. So, and if you're the friend and you happen to see this, thank you so much for trying to pull our stars down. Thank you so much, but this was wrong location. Okay, we'll try somewhere else. So stop receiving gifts anyhow. Okay, people come into your life with very wrong motives and agendas. So number 3, very interesting, freelancing without panties. Freelancing without panties. I remember one time I had this girlfriend, and this girlfriend of mine, we could literally argue with her, like, hey, why are you wearing dress without panties and all that. These are the people who have gone in so many places that you can't even imagine of, and they've done so many weird sacrifices, and their main command that they are given, God has his own command and the devil has his. Okay, so and the command they're given is to walk around in clubs and brothels without panties, committing sexual sins. Okay, so I'm just highlighting the point. So things went the way they went, and at the end of the day, before I realized, this woman was slowly consuming me from inside. Okay? This is a very sensitive topic. And there's one time I was telling my friend, there's one time I felt I was slowly starting to feel that I'm becoming weak from inside. I'm not using any drugs. I had abstained from all sorts of the things that you'd call illegal or sin. But the only sin that the devil had realized I could remain with as a man was that woman. The woman was my girlfriend, but at the end of the day, she was literally siphoning me from inside. Could take a cup of tea or a cup of milk and I could literally start shaking slowly. When I started thinking of great ideas, they couldn't mature the way I wanted them to mature. I felt weak day in, day out. And when God revealed to me about the things that I'm going through and they were coming from her, everything was turned against me. When the devil realized you've known him, things start working against you, because he literally controls like almost everything. He can tamper with almost everything. Okay, so when you're awake, when you are awake as a person, when you're awake as a God's child, you realize this thing will not harm you the way they want to harm you. God will rescue you. So before God comes to rescue you, God has sent my voice to you as a young man, as a young lady. If you're walking around without panties, you think it's a swag, it's a fashion, you ought to think twice about that. So number 4, revolving around the same area. I've been singing and telling people, oh, this is our 7th year as photographers. Yeah, it's true, we don't come from a rich family, and everything that we have and we have collectively collected and owned. maybe came from an investor, came from us working hard, but at the same time 7 years is a long time. And my brother was telling me, it is written in the word of God, if a tree that's supposed to bear fruits finished 7 years without fruits, it is supposed to be cut down and used for firewood or other benefits. So 7 years as a photographer is a long time. It's a very long time. But we thank God, God took us through so many other experiences for us to be reading His points to you. I don't want to say our 7 years it has been in vain. We have experiences that we can share with you that will help you carve down the 7 years into something fruitful. Okay, so revolving about the same place. If you realize you're revolving about the same place, you need to wake up. You need to go back to your good ways, change your morals, change your circles, change your way of doing things, and more so bring God closer to you. Number 5, be aware of the nights. Most of us go to the clubs and we love drinking so much. We really love drinking and smoking shishas and vapes and all those kind of manner. But at the end of the day, one thing most people don't realize, the moment you tamper with your soberness, you allow the devil to come and redirect your stars to the directions that he wants. Okay? And this is where the nights comes in. God has his own angels. We call them the angels. But when it comes to the real world, we call them the nights. And the night hunts great stars. In one of the clubs that I used to work, I remember I lost almost all my sweaters and all my jackets. Where did they take my jackets? They were trying to tamper around with my everything, but when the God said this is the star that's gonna speak the truth to people, to humanity, you can't tamper with that. You'll never redirect God's voices. Unaweza enda upige 40 years, upige 100 years. I remember reading the story of this KFC guy. The guy had gone through a lot, but the guy came to make it at around 60 something years, because God had written somewhere, you're gonna die rich, fulfilled. Right now the guy is somewhere sleeping comfortably, yet he has left 1,000 of employment opportunities. That was what I'm talking about. So you need to be aware of the nights that are hunting your good skills, your God-given abilities. Number 6, unhealthy relationship. When the devil realizes you're one chosen true king of God, the devil start giving you unhealthy relationship. People to come and waste your time. People to come and just make you have so much quarrels with your family, in your relationship, that will never lead to anything meaningful. Yeah, and they make sure once you leave this, the other one, they have made sure it is very tampered with. Okay? So be aware of unhealthy relationship before you go into any relationship with any human being. Be warned. Relationship nowadays are not just relationship. Number 7, you need to guard your stars. Once you realize all these things are happening to you, how do you go about it? Do you go to church? Nowadays we have so many churches. that don't speak the truth, or they are hiding behind the word of God. I keep telling people I don't go to church. Why? I don't go to church because it is so hard to pinpoint one true pastor, one true man of God. So what do? Pray for yourself, read your word, and just guard your star. Be keen. There's this time I went to a certain church in Nanyuki, and that pastor was talking about waking up your senses. You need to realize where you stand as a person. You need to realize I'm in the wrong room with the wrong people, and you vacate immediately without second senses. If you're in a car and you're feeling uncomfortable, vacate very fast. I'm saying I don't want to sound like a pastor, but it's sounding like a pastor. I'm sounding like a pastor at the end of the day. But message lazima ikufikia ama namna gani? Number 8. Tampered dreams and real dreams. How do you tell the dream that I dreamt is real? Before you sleep, that's where you need to pray. That's where you need to pray. Sometimes I really look at my Muslim brothers and I admire them so much. These people pray in the morning, they pray lunchtime, they play in the evening, they play in the middle of the night. You need to guard your dreams so that if you're this guy who's blessed by God with dreaming, the devil will not come and confuse you with other dreams. Okay. Number 9. Premature death. Premature death. Premature death of talents. You have a great talent from school, you used to dance, you have a great voice, you used to sing, okay? You're an acrobat, you're talented in writing. TD Jakes yesterday was talking about how he was blessed, but every time a guest used to come in their house, the mother only used to present the sister alone. The mother didn't have a problem here. The mother was very okay, because it's true, the sister was a very good pianist. He was saying the sister started playing piano before he could start reaching into the pedals of the piano. Does it mean TD Jakes was not good enough? No. TD Jakes was saying he realized he could write books, he could preach, he could sing, he could read, he could do so many things at the same time, but the devil used to use the mother to present the sister more than him. Okay? The devil sometimes can procrastinate your glory. Yeah, can procrastinate your relationship, can procrastinate your ideas, can procrastinate your businesses, can cancel your contracts, can cancel your talents. So you really need to be awake when it comes to such things, okay? And if you're a parent and you're watching this, because I post my content only for adult only, you really need to be aware of this premature death on talents, businesses, ideas, relationship, and growth at large. Progress. Okay? Number 10 and the last point, staying awake and understanding your spiritual level as a human being. God created us in his own image and likeness. Sometimes I go somewhere and people say that I'm bragging a lot. And I'm like, what am I supposed to go? Should I go places shrinking? No. If God gave you a great voice, you need to go and speak it out. God cannot give you great voice and deny you contents. Am I talking to someone? Yeah. God cannot give you a great voice and deny you contents. God cannot give you a fit body to dance and deny you dance moves. Okay? God cannot give you songs to sing and deny you platform, stage, audience. Okay? So, staying awake and understanding your spiritual level. And this one is a real deep. I don't want to go so much on that. I hope some of the pastors who are gonna go through my content, they're gonna take this and amplify it further, because I feel like I'm not magnifying this point into the level that it should be amplified. Okay? So this is all for today. I'm your able captain, Mr. Michael Montero, your photographer, videographer, director, book writer, DJ from the club, and the guy who just realized to talk about these things that are eating our young men and women. If you like the content, please subscribe, share with your brothers and sisters so that they don't take too much time revolving around the same area. And if they are in there, try your best and drag them back to their originals, to their original mountains, to their original paths, to their original talents, to their original mindset that will give them clear vision of how things should go. Okay? This is your able captain, Mr. Michael Montero. Hope to see you soon. I beg to leave, and as usual, we are here to stay. Have a beautiful and blessed day.